Hi guys, I've just after recording that video, like trying to hit 1600 and hitting it, but then going back down. I was a bit annoyed that I came back down. So after the game, after I stopped recording, I was just playing on my own, like just playing some 5 minute games. I just played this guy, and he says at the end of it, "I lose to this FKN garbage." Lull was his. Let me just move my head. There you go. There you can see it. And this made me chuckle. I love it when people start giving me shit talk, you know. So let's go through and look at this game, because to be fair to him, I did play like garbage. I think he had mate in one on 2 occasions. I sort of swindled him using the old like quick king queen thing with like 3 seconds on the clock as well. The old king queen checkmate. So the game went like this, right? I start getting my pieces out. There's a bit of pressure. Maybe I push, but takes. Like I don't know. Don't know really what I'm doing. I'm just getting my pieces out. Now, if you can, you should put 2 pawns in the center. This being a 5 minute game, I was just quickly developing. And this is sort of lazy because you can normally go for this setup. This not a great move. This bishop here is good if this pawn isn't here. If it's a proper pin. It's not good if there's a pawn there or a bishop there on that square there. And there's a bishop here defending as well. And it invites their expansion. This. And in sort of King's Indian style setups, black loves to expand like this with the pawns. But, you know, 5 minute game, not playing the most accurately. So I know it's a thing against King's Indian stuff to go try and trade off this dark square bishop, which the engine says in this case is horrible because it traps my piece. This move is like it's like a sneaky trying to trap my bishop, and I'm too preoccupied with this plan. So first massive blunder of the game, I just lose a piece. So I come back. My strategy now is to try and keep pieces on the board, keep my attacking chances alive. So maybe bishop slides back, and I can, I don't know, maintain some pressure. I don't know. So here I'm just like reinforcing the bishop. I see if this, I just take. So I'm not too worried about getting trapped anymore. Now I've sacked the knight for the pawns. So pin here, I just push, and engine says this is a great move. Now, this is nice because they're threatening this fork of the king and queen, and if here they get this fork of the king and queen, you know. So it's disgusting. I have to slide my queen back, and technically this is winning, like completely winning for black, but practically I've just got an open file towards the king, and maybe this, I don't know. So I solidify with this move here, just kicking the queen's vision of this weak f2 pawn. They try and crack at me, and I counterattack here, giving away the bishop, but getting a check here, and then getting this weird structure, trying to get these open rooks. That's my thinking anyway. I'm down a piece. I want to create attacking chances. Now, I don't want to trade. The engine says to trade, but I'm trying to, you know, cause some mischief under time pressure, you know. So I hit the queen, and this is, I don't think this is good. Can't they just go like this? I thought they could just do that and like, I mean, look at this. Black just goes like this and wins, takes all the pawns. But they didn't see that tactic. Instead, they just went here. Oh, and they also could have just gone rook in. So rook slides across, and here there's like massive alignment issues here. Like these pawns look a little bit unsteady in the center. But I just give a check. King's only square is there. And then this, I know probably not the best move, but I'm just trying to create some sort of threats, keep pieces on the board. They take that pawn, which leads to this. Look at that cheeky little fork. But the game is still very much in the balance. Even though I think I'm up a whole rook here, there's still like, you know, dynamic chances for both sides, I think. So I try and pin the knight. So if knight takes, I go here. Now they just find the best move here. And I play an awful move. I attack the rook, which they just come in with check, and it's pretty much mating. And here it's mate in 3, mate in 1. And here I see this very clearly, and I see the mate in 1, and when they take here, I'm like shouting for the ceiling, you know. But when they take here, I can't actually check them because of the knight. Here, because of the queen. And I can't actually defend the mate square. So I just pray at this point. Well, I mean, Engine's saying I should sack the queen. But I'm not going to do that. You know, like a minute on the clock. So I just hope that he's not seen the mate once. Maybe he won't see it again. And I take the knight. I don't know. He doesn't see it twice. My king runs to sort of semi-safety here. And now I'm starting to get some checks. I run out of checks very quickly and take the rook back. Now, here, this is sort of balanced. Even though they've got, like, I think an extra pawn. This pawn here is an absolute monster here. So if I could trade the queens, I'd be very happy. You know, if trade, whatever. This pawn's going to run. And these are going to have to battle through my, like, scattered defenses. So, I come back with a check. And, like, this, guys, is not how to play good chess, but it's all, like, quite practical, like, trying to win under time pressure sort of thing. So I just start giving some checks. Now here, let's start paying serious attention to the time. So, as always, I have 1/10 of my opponent's time, 20 seconds against 2 minutes, and I'm losing. But here I, pin this pawn, starting to try create some trouble, but give away this pawn, and it's pretty bad because it, it's pressure here. After another check, they target this pawn, and now I'm just trying to do something. I've got no time. And I play this move out of absolute desperation. It was just, I think I looked at this like a second before and knew that it hung my queen, but with 10 seconds on the clock, there's quite a good chance that he's going to hang his queen there. It's just it's quite hard to see. And when you hear the check sound, psychology-wise, you sort of, you just scamper along with your little king, And he did so. I grabbed his queen. And then with 12 seconds on the clock, I cleaned this up like an absolute pro. Just centralizing the queen. Maybe bringing the king is an idea. And yeah, just clean up. Look at this, 8 seconds on the clock. And this using all pre-moves here, guys. So this is what you got to do. Get this structure with king and queen like this. And once you get king there, it's forced mate. All pre-moves. So this. And there's no chance of stalemate in this structure. Here, they've always got these 2 squares. You can always pre-move that. So, an absolute swindle, provoking the classic line, I lose to this freaking garbage, lull, from Hansman 2. We enjoy those ones, guys. We enjoy them. Like and subscribe. See you next time. Cheers.